All right, peace, peace, peace. Well, first and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house is blessing your day. By His mercies, you aren't consumed. We're alive in the Most High in your house's body, and two, we're naturally alive, man. And I want to get into this though, because recent on Friday, a few days ago, I recently saw Sinners again, and reached for a third time. And like, you know what? I noticed this too when it first opened scenes, because it's not more real on that, but we gonna talk about something real quick, but the color scheme, man. And honestly, I'll shout out to the certain congregation in camp, Israel Saints of Christ, whatever, because I think that's their name, or whatever their name is. I'm cigar. Not to say whatever, but whatever their name is, I forgot. But because I was watching their review of it, like, you know. But the brother point this out, something I saw too, but I didn't see this other dichotomy too. Like, you know, a lot of times too, because like, you know. Red, honestly, because like, you know, we're gonna get into this dichotomy. It's really kind of biblical when you think about it, man. This whole dichotomy versus red versus blue. We see this a lot. Like, you know, of course. Now, don't get twisted. This because red's something like, you know, because red usually is like really for sin, man. Like, and that's really because, you know, we're about to get into that real quick. Honestly, like red is really for sin, and blue is honestly like, you know, it's really like, you know, we're just gonna get into it later, man. But we see this dichotomy, like, you know, in life all the time, man. Now, just because things are like red and blue doesn't mean like, okay, red is bad and blue is bad. Because in this world we live in now, like things, especially things on the left hand side, especially on the cultic world, because on the left hand side, and the Babylonian mystery school system, the red and blue, that's like kind of fire and ice, man. That's like Saturn and Saturnian principles, but and like, you know, and also too, like we see things like with the Crips and Bloods, like, you know, that's kind of masonry, which kind of ties into that a little bit, but that's a little masonry. But also too, like the Republicans and Democrats, like, you know, both different wings on the same bird, so pretty much, as they say. So, but those two are really good as well. Those are kind of all on the left hand side too. But pretty much we're gonna look at biblically, man. Like, you know, this whole red and blue dichotomy, and we see like, you know, in movies, TVs, and other things, right? I remember actually, you know, growing up in summer camp, man, they used to have a Camp Garrett, little camp that in Philly, outside of PA, outside of Philly in PA, like not near King of Prussia, but in that camp we will have a certain day, like red versus blue day, man. So, and that's just is what it is too. So like we see this dichotomy, like, you know, red versus blue all the time, and I wanted to get into this, man, because you know. Actually, I remember it was, man. Okay, I'm gonna take it back a little bit too, because my brother growing up, man. There's this old arcade in near Frankfurt, and near Franklin Mills, or Franklin. Well, yeah, they call it Frankfurt Mall now, but Franklin Mills. And it was this game, I can never find the game, man. We always would try to look it up. It was just like it was like a red and blue, like, you know, track game, man. And like, you know, we used to play it all the time, man. But you know that dichotomy is just really, we're gonna look at it from a biblical stance too, but going back to the movie, man, like, I noticed that, like, you know, because a lot of times in the movie, that sin was like really for you know, just pretty much red is akin to sin, pretty much, and that's why even like, you know, in cartoons and movies and TV, they had Satan as red. Now, is Satan actually red? Probably not. No, probably not. But, you know, that red is really for, like, you know, sin, pretty much. And what we gonna get, man? We actually know we're gonna get it. Look, we're gonna get into it, man. So let's get Genesis chapter 25 real quick, man, because, you know, this is even more like on the natural tip. Of course, we're going to look at this, man, because also too, like a movie like Star Wars, right? Isn't like red, like, you know, red is like, you know, pretty much the evil empire, which is the dark side, pretty much like sin, and blue is pretty much like, you know, on the righteous Jedi side. Also, blue and green, some other things, but blue is the highest level, I believe. But I could be wrong. But yeah, we see this dichotomy all the time. But I want to know there's biblical elements to that too, like biblical elements to this, because blue. If I forgot, I wish I could look it up. The blue color meaning, the color meaning for blue, because my favorite color is green, but, you know, it's crazy because I got red and blue now. I got the red thing on, and this watch is kind of blue, so it's crazy. But I just got a blue pen right now, but yeah, man, I just want to go into this, man. Let's get this, because red is always you know, akin to sin, man. Let's get this chapter Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and his name called Esau. So we know about Esau. It's the patriarch Esau, man. Like, of course, on natural tip, like, this is going to the Esau. This is why I have it stance as many other brothers and sisters, but some people don't. Like, the Esau is a so-called Caucasian, so-called white race, right, nation of people, right? So, but some people don't think that, but hey, it doesn't really matter, honestly, because like the brother sent me the first one said, listen, whoever you think Esau is, like, do not be like that man. Like, it doesn't matter if you think he's an Arab man or a J or dark skin, so he was so-called black, but it don't matter, because Esau was profane, he was godless, he was earthly, he rejected the Most High Yahshua, he hated them, so like, he hated the word, so don't be like that. But pretty much that's why, because like Caucasians or Edomites, we call, like, or so-called Caucasians, we call them rednecks, and like, and don't get twisted, we kind of talked about that in the past about how ruddy and red and how that's, but we're not gonna go into that right now. But yeah, man. But anyway, yeah. So that, but pretty much notice how you could tell this is what really another reason why I believe this, like, putting this, I speak as a man, it's like why Esau was red, because like, that he was just sinful, he was just wicked, like, that's just is what it is, like, we're gonna see that. That's why I kind of think that, man. So it says Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. It says, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. So yeah. So yeah, let's go to Isaiah real quick, man. Isaiah 1:18. Yeah, we see these principles all the time, like the red versus blue. Like, on the left-hand side, it has meanings, a bunch of meanings, too. Like, in the Kemetic Babylonian mystery school system on the left-hand side in the occultic world. But, really, like, we won't look at this in the spiritual aspect, man. It's crazy. Wow, because I got red. I'm saying right now, I got red, blue, and green right here. But I got red wristband, blue wristband right here. It's crazy. But green's my favorite color, though. But, but anyway. And my blue's my brother's favorite, and my mom's favorite is yellow. But anyway, man, it's Isaiah chapter 1, verse 18. It says, "Come now, let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, yes, be as scarlet. No, I'm sorry. Though your skins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. Though they be red crimson, they shall be as wool." See, and white, and also too, white represents purity, like, pretty much, man. That's why all the Levitical priests, for one, even Revelation is going to be all in the all white, tunic, all white robes. Even that's what the Most High Yahshua had Adam in the garden covered when he covered up their transgression. He put them, like chapter brother sent me firstborn. He put them in white robes, like white tunics, pretty much. And we see that with the Levitical priests. We see that, like, in Revelation, all clothed in white. That white represents purity, like, things of that nature, man. Because why? Think about even like all white parties, right? Because you don't want nothing to get on it. See the psychology in that? Like, you don't want nothing to get on it. Like, going to all white party, if you ever had all white on, you're very cautious. You're very fearful. Just like, having the all white on, like fearing the Lord, like just something like that. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Golly. Oh my gosh, slipping my mind. But yeah, that's just is what it is. Also too, yeah, like your house shall be riding on a white horse, things of that nature too, like, but anyway, yeah, man. But notice how it says, let's read it again. It says Isaiah chapter 1 verse 18. It says, "Come now, let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow, and though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool." So that's why Yahushua in Revelation 1 had hair white like wool and things of nature. He had woolly hair, and because yeah, man, he's like, he was purity, he was sinless, like he was perfect, like, yeah. So he's blameless. So yeah, blameless. That's another word for like white as well. But yeah, man, notice how that red is always goes into, is akin to sin. That's why, hence the red dragon, like, yeah. Let's get it. Okay, yeah, Revelation chapter 12 verse 33 is gonna get this too. "And there appeared another wonder in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon with having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns upon his head." Yeah, so see yeah, this of course is beast, perdition, something like the red dragon, like of course like say the Roman Empire, all that type of stuff people go into. But notice how this is going into how like the red, like that red dragon, and it's a red dragon, man, like not like the Shrek one, but like this red dragon, pretty much that also too, a dragon's like serpent and sin, it's a red one, so that means like the red is kin to sin. So yeah, we see that dichotomy as well. I ain't gonna get too much deep in that, but let's go on the blue aspect though, right? Because it's something I missed. But shout out to the brother, whoever, I forgot who's doing the class, but shout out to him. The on Israel Saints of Christ, I believe that's their they did the sinners review. But let's go to numbers real quick, man. This is a bunch of brothers. This is like people are in the word favorite. One of their favorite verses or classical verses, but there's nothing wrong with wearing them. But but like now like me spiritually maturing, you realize that that doesn't that isn't like our doesn't make you righteous per se. But that's another story for another day. And I ain't listen. There's nothing wrong with that. Fringes or nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Shoot, I wear. Well, I wear them. Wow, but you wear some here and now. But there's nothing wrong if you wear them. Nothing wrong if you don't, man. Because But that's another story for another day. I ain't really here for that. But I really want to focus on this part though. And we talked about that in the past too. It says, and speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments, though throughout their generations, that they put upon them a fringe of the borders, a ribbon. I'm sorry, I'm read this again from the top. It says, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, that they might put upon the fringe border a ribbon of blue. So see, notice how the blue is akin to something of righteousness, man. That blue around the fringes, which is like around the laws of the Most High Yahushua, man. Like more importantly now, having like I remember the elder brother Bowie from IO what was it Israel Church IOG, I think Israel Church of God said, listen now, like with the word and you having that spiritual garment on, have the word and the law, the fringes in your mind, pretty much is akin to the laws of the Most High Yahushua in inward parts. More importantly, the way that you marry the law. But notice how that blue is akin to like akin to like to the laws of the Most High Yahushua's instruction, man. And like yeah, man. So that red versus blue dynamic, that's really a dynamic that we see. But that's really kind of, if you look at spiritual, man, like like I look and watching the spiritual eyes and ears, man. Because I always noticing like whether it's movies, TVs, or video games or animes, or whatever. Like that red and blue thing, red used to always be like for the evil side, but blue is always like righteous, man. And it's like yeah, so it's like that whole thing is actually spiritual as well, man. Like just reading between the lines is scriptural to a degree, man. So I just like thought that, but red and blue mixed together is purple, which is a royalty, man. So honestly too, but yeah, it's after seeing sinners and noticed that like watching that review that they did, the brothers from the brother from Israel Saints of Christ, and like and watching the color scheme again, I just noticed something else, like going through some word, man. Yeah, man, this is crazy though, man. But yeah, man, honestly. So yeah, man, hopefully this is edifying, man. Hopefully the Most High Yahushua continues to bless your day. So peace.